The following content is sponsored by tonimacaroni. Chop chop before I change my perfume. Hey guys, welcome back to Warframe. In my Operation Plague Star event video, I mentioned that I got one of the arcanes and that it was worth it, and I'm actually going to show you that arcane in its second rank, I think. That's form, and I'm basically going to talk about what it does, basically how to get a full set, etc. And the arcane is called Exodia Epidemic, and I have 3 installed on my Zaw, so it's the second rank of the arcane. It goes up to 10. Now this can be a slightly expensive. The actual cost to buy the blueprint, which is not reusable, is only 500 of the reputation points, so it is worth picking up once you get the second rank, I think it is. Yeah, the second rank. But to get a full set, it is rather expensive. To get a full set, you're going to need 90,000 total credits, 5,000 reputation, which ain't bad at all, 50 neurodes, 100 Cetus Wisps, 8,000 plastids, and 30 of the heart niths, as well as the 10 hours of crafting time, because each one takes 10 hours to build. Now, it's expensive. I don't recommend going to the max rank, because I'm going to, when I describe what this does, I'll basically tell you why I don't think getting 10 ranks is worth it. So basically what you do is, if you do a bullet jump and a slam, or a double jump and a slam, you send out a wave of energy that goes about 33 meters, and at the end it explodes and deals viral damage. Now, I'm not 100% sure what the damage of the wave actually is. It might actually be viral damage, but it only procs the viral at the end, because I've noticed that this Saw, which is no LOL, it's just an inside joke in my Discord, don't ask, but that wave will actually proc corrosive, because this is built for corrosive. So it might be viral damage with no status chance except for your weapons elemental status or something like that, but I've only ever seen the viral proc if they're in an explosion, and then that explosion at the end there will actually hit enemies at about 7 meters, and it's almost like a Sonic Core. Usually it'll either knock enemies down or it'll ragdoll them, so it's actually very good for crowd control. Now what the wave actually does, and I'll just get a couple enemies in here right now, they don't need to be very high level, hopefully this doesn't one-shot them though. What this wave does is it acts like a mini Rhino Stomp. As you can see here, enemies are suspended, then they fall down. Because this is the second rank, the suspension lasts a total of 2 seconds. Normally it only lasts about a second. And every rank of this arcane, so I think the next one after this is 6 arcanes, 5 or 6 arcanes total. It'll add just 1 second, which is what I mentioned about it not being worth it to get max rank. With a full 10 arcanes, with the high cost that I mentioned, they'll be suspended in the air for 4 seconds, which is a lot, don't get me wrong, it's twice as long as this. But for that kind of cost, I'm not sure if it's entirely worth it. But what you can actually do with this is, I'm actually going to probably try to spawn a higher level enemy for this. Yeah. So what you can actually do is, sometimes when they get suspended like that, it counts as a stealth melee damage if you hit them while they're suspended, so you can actually get bonus damage. Now I thought I took the weapon off my sentinel, I guess I didn't. So let's take that off. And we're going to go here. Let's go level 80 enemies. That should probably be fine. Let's go 4 level 80 air and heavy gunners, just because they're right there. I don't have to scroll or anything. Oops, that's 40, 80. We're not going to pause AI. We're not going to make myself invincible like a little pansy. I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to do that. So I get the flash accelerate. Now, of course, they're stunned. But I'm actually wait till that stun wears off. Okay. And actually, this wave actually goes through walls. See, and they're blasting off. And they actually just blasted off the map. Whoops, whoops. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now, I have noticed something. If enemies get procced with impact, they can actually prematurely get out of this sometimes. But as you can see there, all those hits were yellow. A few of those were yellow. So I'm gaining bonus damage. Killed her. Now put her in the air. Let's see. Nope, none on there. But as you can see, it killed that enemy pretty quickly. Now this is great because, especially against the infested, if they're rushing you, you can just put them in the air. And I think 2 seconds is perfectly reasonable for this weapon. The only thing that's unfortunate is something that DE for some reason just refuses to fix, where heavy gunners, napalms, and bombards, once they initiate their slam attack, they do their slam attack no matter what. If they're ragdolled, if they're on fire, it doesn't matter. They will slam the ground and initiate that shockwave. So if you run up to a heavy gunner and then go like this, and then try to hit them, you'll likely get knocked back for about 2 seconds or so. So you're not going to really gain much of this. So basically, the advantage of them being suspended is kind of minimal in that sense. And of course, it is a wave, so enemies on this side of you and that side of you and behind you don't get hit. But this is pretty good. I do recommend this one. I haven't tried the other one, but apparently it lodges a toxic grenade or something, which sounds interesting. If I can get that, I will. But for right now, I'm actually pretty happy with this. And if you're interested, this is just a basic Zaw with that really cool big blade. It's basically the second tier, I think, of the handle and the little dangly bit there. This is actually better than my Broken War a little bit, I think, mostly because of status. See, I got the 83% status, and what you see here, I think, is just boosted because of this. Steel Charge. So yeah, that's Exodia Epidemic, and I think it's actually worth picking up from the event. If nothing else, you get a good arcane from the event, so yeah, thanks for watching.